Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of The Hard Truth. Today's hard truth is when I look up, I see people cashing in. I don't see heaven or saints or angels. I see people cashing in on every decent impulse and every human tragedy. And that quote is by John Yossarian in Joseph Heller's book, Catch 22, which most of you probably have read. Okay, the reason I chose this is because I would like to know who thought sanctioning Russia, grabbing Russian gold reserves, and replacing Russia as a natural gas supplier in the name of defending democracy in Ukraine or whatever the justification is was a great plan. Okay? This is the same catch 22 as a drug dealer experiences. What good is it to earn $1 million in drug sales if you have to turn around and pay $800,000 in bail bonds, legal fees, paying people to keep quiet, paying to silence people who can't keep quiet? I mean, and all the people you lavish with gifts when you had the money, now they have to give it all back helping you when you get caught. And not to mention, have you ever noticed that when some of these people make it big and become millionaires, their mom still lives in her same little rundown house in a normal neighborhood because she knows that it probably won't last. And she doesn't want to give up her home she grew up in as a child and end up having to get out of a mansion because the government is seized it or took it back, you know? So listen, we need to talk about how amateurish our world leaders have conducted themselves in the past 24 months concerning Ukraine. All right? Grab a nice coffee or a nice cup of tea as we begin our story. First of all, Bakhmut is a hot mess. Whoever ends up with that territory has a lot of rebuilding to do, which costs money. Okay? Listen, Zelensky was looking at the United States with all these stars in his eyes. I mean, the U.S. is so powerful. Who would want to be in a partnership with the U.S.? Well, the U.S. is powerful, but not from sending charity all over the world. The U.S. is rich and powerful because of exploitation of opportunities like this one, where they can stick a finger in Russia's eye without having to go to war themselves and to fill their pockets. Because even though Biden is signing all of these packages to send to Ukraine, believe me, he's getting money. All right. So who got played? Well, while Zelensky is begging for partnership, his country is literally being destroyed. While the U.S. and Europe are strangling Russia financially, these same countries are still doing business with Russia. All right. All the loot they took from Russian oligarchs, Zelensky is begging for it. And it doesn't seem like there's going to be an end to his begging anytime soon because he's used up or sold all the junk weapons that he's gotten from all of these countries because that's all they sold him at first. Okay. You have to send him new ones now. And the shape that he's in right now, who wants to do that? Okay. Well, another thing I see about this whole scenario is that these days, United States is the only first world country, or one of the only ones left, still playing chess with a king and a queen. Okay? Recall now how all the world leaders ran to Ukraine to kiss Zelensky's ring for being willing to be the fall guy for this foolishness they had cooked up, all right, once Russia invaded Ukraine. Everybody was over there partying with Zelensky, Macron, Trudeau, Boris Johnson, everybody, okay? Well, you might say Lloyd Austin went for the United States. Yeah, he went over there first, okay, saying stuff he shouldn't be saying on international TV. But when Biden got ready to go over there finally, who did he send? He sent Jill first to see what shape Ukraine was really in before he got on a plane. Okay, it's not hard to win a chess game without a queen if whoever you playing against doesn't have one either. But well, anyways, let's move on to the next point. That's enough of that rant. Okay, I want to touch on China and Brazil and this so-called ditching the U.S. dollar. And I want to know, does anyone care if Brazil ditches the dollar? I mean, listening to China, really? The Brazilian economy just contracted in the last quarter, okay? Regardless of all these announcements, all these big plans, if the Brazilian economy contracts again, I believe that's a recession, right? Okay, Argentina is catching pure hell down there and with unheard of inflation rates, okay? Their people are on social media crying out about how things are. So forget the statistics. The people are telling how it is. And so Brazil has not learned a cotton picking thing from Ukraine. As a matter of fact, if Brazil keeps shaking hands with Xi Jinping, Brazil is going to end up looking just like Ukraine economically. You know, that's my take. Well, what do you think? Thanks for watching.